Begin transmission. This is Dungeon Radio Hour.
Hello and welcome, adventurers, to Dungeon Radio Hour, a show where we believe the true curse of Strahd was his devastating good looks. As always, I'm your host and DM Dalton Riddle, joined by our ragtag band of would-be heroes. Introduce yourself, heroes.
I'm Michael Adair.
I'm Alissa Adair.
And I'm Andrew Gerline.
Dungeon Radio Hour is a new D&D comedy podcast about four friends who are sucked into the Forgotten Realms for reasons unknown and have to find their way back home. Now, before we get too far into this, I've had several questions from our last two episodes, so I wanted to introduce a new segment to the show. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We are calling this D&D Breakdown. During this segment, we're going to take some of the core rules for Dungeons and Dragons and explain them to our listeners who aren't super familiar with the game. That way they can follow along more effectively. So what I need from you guys is one fundamental rule you think our listeners should know thus far in the story.
Okay, so this is something that I think every D&D player needs to know early on. It's something that comes up all the time in D&D. It's advantages and disadvantages. So basically, if you ever get advantage on a roll, usually a skill roll or something like that, you get to roll twice and you get to take the higher number. And then opposite, disadvantage, if you roll, you'll roll twice and you have to take the lower number.
So this is like D&D book rules.
Yeah, like what is day one? If you wanted to play D&D, what do you need to know?
I think you have to, this isn't really technical, but I think you have to give into the imagination a little bit. I think if a group is collectively agreeing, I think that just enriches the whole experience because there's so many skills. If you look at the skill sheet on a D&D page, like so many skills are social. So just if you can just get into it and talk as your character, don't be afraid to mess around and joke. Like I think you can have a lot more fun.
This is a chance to role play and just be silly.
Right.
You don't need to get bogged down by all the rules necessarily.
Yeah, all it is you're just rolling a dice and you have certain skills with bonuses based on your character so that you have a higher likelihood of succeeding at those things. And so that's all. I mean, it sounds intimidating. There's a lot of dice. It's like you got to have like 7 different dice. It's like, yeah, but the D20 is like the one you use and everything else comes up like if you do a certain attack.
I think that's a good point, Andrew. Like, campaigns are more roleplay heavy now than ever.
Yeah. We're
seeing less and less battles with each session, and that's because the fun of the game really is inhabiting the character, and that's why I think this podcast has been so fun so far. We are all kind of used to role-playing in our own way, being like theater kids and, theater majors. We like to inhabit the role of a different character and put on a new skin. And even though we're being ourselves in the campaign, we're definitely a heightened version of ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm imagining this podcast, I'm imagining it almost very cartoon-like of us.
Like we're like, I imagine like those little like Mickey Mouse, but like the 1920s, like early.
Yes.
Little.
Exactly.
Yes,
we all
we're
have
like,
noodle arms.
the flowers are bouncing around us with little smiles on their faces.
No, to kind of expand upon what Andrew brought up about the dice, I think that's probably one of the biggest rules that I would want to share with our listeners who are newer to D&D. During the pod, I ask a lot of times for a D20, like, hey, give me a D20. And that's them rolling a 20-sided die. And depending on how high or low their number is, or how high or low the number that I've rolled is, will depend on if they succeed on an attack or a skill check, or anything that they're trying to influence the world with. And that's really the go-to dice, and everything else just kind of falls into place after that.
So to go into this a little bit more, and we are really covering just kind of bare bones, but those bare bones cover a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's what you need.
It is. But you really don't need a ton of this to enjoy the podcast, I don't feel like, because we are so roleplay focused. But for those of you who are interested to learn, I think this is a good opportunity to go
Honestly,
over it.
I hope if there are people listening who don't play D&D, I hope that we are convincing them to give it a try. I really do.
It really is so fun, you guys. I think, like, for the longest time, D&D was part of this, like, it was part of this nerd culture that was counterculture, but now we're seeing nerd culture is culture, right? And it had this kind of air of this is evil, right? We're seeing that in Stranger Things right now. This is satanic.
Yeah.
There was
like the Satanic Panic. They totally just like blamed D&D for
it's
like
the same
murders,
type of like
murders.
puritanical BS that fueled the comics code authority and all of those things that we saw that were kind of censoring or pulling us away from things that were really fun for kids. Pokemon cards, Harry Potter.
I was going to say,
it's all the same stuff.
Pokemon
right?
was always vilified when we were young.
Exactly.
They
But
got to have a thing.
Yeah.
it's not a bunch of virginal kids in a basement, getting their Cheeto-dusted
speak for yourself.
Okay, well, you know what?
Yeah,
Sometimes it is.
It's people like drinking beer and like just being jackasses in a fantasy world that another one of your friends is narrating. That's all. That's like all it is. And you roll dice.
It's literally just a game of storytelling, but it's a group storytelling.
It's a collective. Yeah.
For us, we treat it like an improv exercise, and that makes it so fun. Was this at all interesting?
I hope so.
We are really just talking, huh?
We're like, here are the.
We really are. We're just going over rules.
I find it interesting though because I remember being that new D&D player. I loved getting to learn like the gameplay. I loved getting to learn the rules.
Well, that's you. You're just a bookworm.
I am.
You like to learn rules, don't you? You fucking rule follower.
Fucking rule learner.
I do. I bought the book. The book is like 200 pages long, and I read that whole freaking thing, the player's handbook.
Really?
Yeah. I've read the entire player's handbook. I've read the whole Dungeon Master.
All I've done, I've not even cracked the book. All I've done is Google things.
This is all getting cut.
Almost
all of this is getting cut.
Yeah. Maybe we can use some of it later, but it's all getting cut.
It's trash. it's all getting
trash.
deleted.
It's all trash. So I know that we've talked about a lot of different rules and everybody's highlighted a lot of things, but one thing that I do want to point out that trumps everything that has been said is the rule of cool. And the rule of cool is that if you explain it well enough and it sounds fucking badass, or if it sounds creative and awesome, 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to fucking let you to do it.
Yeah.
Even if it goes against every written rule, if it makes 0 sense, like episode 1, Andrew got in a fucking horse. Why? Because it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And the rule of cool says that, yes, he can do that. So if you are listening to this podcast and you hear me say yes to something that is just completely ridiculous, it's the rule of cool's fault.
Yeah, don't rules lawyer us. That's coming from a rules lawyer herself. I can't say that word. Rules lawyer. There we go.
Rules lawyer.
Rules lawyer. I'm a huge rules lawyer myself. Like I said, I read the whole book, so I know all the rules. But what I've learned from that is don't be a rules lawyer. In the end, the rule is have fun. And if something ridiculous happens, screw it. This is a fiction world. Who cares?
Anything
do the thing.
Can happen.
Yeah, do the thing. This is fun.
If you want to light a cannon with a samurai sword, you should be able to, because that's fucking cool.
How? How do you do that? Explain to me.
You don't get to ask how you can light a cannon with a samurai sword, Mr. Horseboy. You don't get to ask those questions.
You move that sword so fast, it just creates fire in the air. That's how.
And on that note...
Previously on Dungeon Radio Hour.
When we last left off, the 3 of you had bravely traversed the forest, finding yourselves at the opening of a goblin cave. After a quick dip in the stream, Mike discovered a special ability to talk to animals and quickly befriended Charles, the hungry wolf. Asking for assistance in finding their friend in exchange for freedom, they released Charles and the rest of his pack. But whatever brief moment of Sarah McLachlan animal magic the trio had created was about to be quickly washed away.
All right, so water just came up. That's what?
Yeah. So the very last thing that happened is the wolves ran out of the cave, and as you walked the opening of the cave entrance where you found the wolves, or the little off to the side room, you start to hear a low rumble grow louder and louder and louder, and as you look into the dark expanse of the cave opening, you see a wall of water come rushing toward you.
Oh no!
What is this liquid?
What is this liquid?
What is this liquid? Probably isn't what you'd say in the face of certain death.
It depends on what liquid it is, dude.
Maybe it's scary liquid.
I guess.
You don't know. You have to question the liquid, man.
You
I
don't
don't
know.
think so, though.
So anyway, giant curtain of water coming straight towards us.
The longer you stand here and look at it, the faster it approaches.
Okay,
5,
well, we run, right?
4,
Collectively, run.
Yeah, okay. We see the water.
2,
We're
Run.
1. I need
We're running.
everybody to roll
midpoint turning around.
Roll for what?
dexterity. Everybody roll dexterity.
12. Oh, shoot, Mike.
5.
I got a 7, bro.
Jesus fuck.
Dang, guys.
Okay, Andrew and Mike, I need you to roll another d20. This is a strength check.
God, we're getting fucking rocked by this wave. No way out of it. Oh, natural 20!
Oh!
Okay, I got a 9, though.
Oh, Andrew.
Alyssa, with your 12, you are able to scurry up the side of the cave wall, finding enough of a foothold that you press yourself up against the hard rock and watch as the water rushes past you. Mike, you get rocked by this wave of water that is barreling towards you, but with your natural 20, you are able to grab a hold of a stalagmite that's sticking out of the ground, holding on for dear life, holding your breath as the water rushes over you, keeping you safe and sound. Andrew, however, with your strength check and your dexterity check, you are pushed out of the cave opening, out of the mouth of the cave opening, and back into the wooded area that you came from. I need you to roll a d4.
Yeah, that tracks. Sploosh. Oh, am I like drowning?
You're not drowning, but you think of Hydro Man from Spider-Man. Think of both of just geysers of water being shot at, like a hydro cannon from a Blastoise hitting you in the chest.
No, so I'm tumbling and rumbling. Am I now out of the cave mouth?
You are out of the cave, and I need a d4 from you.
Oh no, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
2.
2.
As all of this goes, I go, Andrew.
I do too. I go, Andrew, no!
That is 2 bludgeoning damage as
Bludgeoning?
the water pushes you
I'm bludgeon proof, bro.
out of the cave.
Water can't bludgeon.
I'm immune to bludge.
As the water subsides, Mike, you are soaked to the bone, clutching onto this rock for dear life, laying on the cave floor. Alyssa, you are pressed up against the wall, and you see your friend Andrew washed and worn outside of the cave.
But do I kind of look cool? I rolled a 20 for strength. Does
you know what? You describe how cool you look.
The fabric of my black t-shirt is clinging to my muscular frame.
This is a fantasy realm. Yeah.
This is fantasy.
You know what? I'm husky, but I'm also kind of buff in a natural way. You have to admit.
You're scary. You could be a bouncer.
Don't narrow your eyes so much, Dalton.
Me?
No, Dalton. Dalton gave me the most incredulous look, like he was looking for a bicep that wasn't there, like he was trying to help me out.
I'm gonna need advantage on my perception to tell if you have a bicep or not.
Oh.
Oh, fuck you.
Burn.
This fucking gym rat.
D&D burn.
You know what? Natural muscle is sometimes better than show muscles.
In what way?
I hope you drown, dude. I hope you drown.
I'm blubbing. I'm gasping. over there.
I run over and
I say, were you wondering if you looked cool over there? I just almost drowned, man.
I wasn't.
I feel like you were looking in the mirror or something. Were you?
I wasn't. There's no mirror around. I was actively rushing to come over here and help you,
stopped,
bro.
Looked at a mirror and pulled out a comb. Where did you get gel? Where did you get hair gel?
I gotta tell you, dude, I always keep a small pocket, travel size LA looks on my person just in case.
I'm gonna say, can I just
my
say,
hair
you
gets
look
ruined.
pretty good. You look pretty good. Can you help me up though?
Yeah.
Guys, are you still alive over there?
I'm alive, but I'm all wet.
Okay, good. Next time when you see a giant wave of water, move.
Listen, I'm not the most athletic person, as you guys know.
She is acting like she is like a prime athlete over here. You're
she
not an
jumped up
Olympian.
there, man. I saw her.
I mean, she did get out of the way of the wave.
For the record, who is the only dry one here?
You know what?
Oh, that's me.
You're
Well,
not gonna.
When you're married to Mike, you're always dry.
Oh. Burn.
You're not going to look so cool if you have to try to catch a ball in this realm, okay?
I can catch a ball just fine, okay?
I throw something at
That
Alissa
all
right now.
sounds really
I call her
dirty.
immediately.
All right, I need Mike, you choose. Do you want to use strength or dexterity or strength to throw this ball at Alissa?
It's the same, bro. I'll use dexterity.
All right, and Alissa, I'm going to need a sleight of hands check from you to see if you catch this or not.
Andrew has water in his lungs, and I'm spending my time on this, by the way.
What? Oh, cool. I got a 3.
Okay, that was versus my 7, so I technically win.
Those are both
Barely.
awful.
This is the most pathetic game of catch you've ever seen.
You both suck at this.
Yeah.
I say as I cough up water.
Yeah, Mike, you pick up the nearest object that you can find to throw at your wife, and she doesn't catch it, but from an outsider's point of view, did she not catch it because she can't, or did she not catch it because the throw wasn't great?
I give the most asthmatic child, weak, limp-wristed throw I can possibly muster.
Just a little, eh.
It doesn't even go in Alyssa's direction. It goes off to the left like I shank it really hard over there. And then you struggle and somehow look worse than me.
Mike, I can't catch if you don't throw it near me.
You wouldn't be able to catch it anyway, and you know that in your heart. That's why I had to quit basketball
All right.
2 weeks in.
I'm gonna, hey,
When did you play basketball?
I played for like 2 years. You have to know, I'm like about 5'10", and I've been 5'10" since I was like 14 years old. So of course my school was like, tall person, and tried to put me on the basketball team. And then they learned that was the dumbest decision they could have ever made. Because the moment I get the ball, my brain would go, which hoop is mine? Like I could not, I had no sense of direction while I was in the game.
Yeah, that tracks.
That's
So-
my
That
wife.
tracks.
I'm there for the orange slices.
Hey, what is
okay?
up with that?
That's on there.
Of all the fruits.
Right, it's always orange slices.
Like, that's why I quit soccer. I wasn't good at it, and all they had to eat was oranges.
You're like, I need variety, so
I need, like, McDonald's or something.
I mean, at least they kept you from getting scurvy.
That's true.
Anyway, y'all losers can dry off. I'm gonna keep going up this cave.
Wait,
We are going back into the cave that we just saw a wall of water come at us?
yeah, what is behind? Is the water settled?
It's all done.
It's done? How do you know it's done? Are you the water whisperer, bitch? Oh my
Feel
god.
it in my bones.
Worst instincts ever in this group. All right, fine. I shake myself off like a dog.
Yes.
I go,
Yes.
and then I begrudgingly trudge to my wife because I don't want her to die in this cave because I'm almost certain she'll die.
Thank you.
Why are you thanking me?
For coming, not for
I trudge behind you.
I still want to point out that no one has went to go check on Andrew.
No, he helped me up.
Oh, he did?
He did, yeah. He helped
Okay.
me
I
up.
was gonna give you CPR until Alissa said like I looked weak.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so when we go back into the cave, I mean, there's just that exit that we saw the dogs in, right? Or do we see anything else?
No, so there's the exit that you saw the wolves in. And as you progress further into the cave, it gets darker and darker and darker to the point where you can't see a foot in front of your face.
Guys, I can't see a foot in front of my face.
As the dry person in the room, I take my cell phone out of my purse and I turn the flashlight on.
Okay, cool. Give me a D20.
$14.
Okay, cool. Just a quick note on cell phone usage. Every time you pull it out, you will roll a d20, and every time the number to beat gets higher. So just so you're aware.
For battery purposes.
Dalton, I can't fuck up my streak on Wordle, okay? I need to do this at least every 24
And
hours.
if you fail your roll, your phone dies.
Ooh.
Twisted bastard.
Taking
Okay.
our phones away.
You
I'm
twisted
just.
fuck.
You're playing the game, okay? You're playing
What
the
is
game.
the point of a phone without internet?
You've never
Anyway.
looked more sadistic and you've never looked more attractive than right now. What?
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 Go on.
Anyway, I turn my flashlight on. So I can see 3 feet in front of me. Thank
you
you.
do. You do. You turn your flashlight on, and for the sake of D&D rules, you can see 5 feet in front of you because we work in intervals of 5.
I push Alissa to the front because she's got the light. So I'm like, you're leading now.
You just shove
Dry
me like-
person.
I don't need you. I use my dark vision.
I don't think you have dark vision, Michael.
Why do you have to call me at every step, Dalton? Jesus.
You're a little cheater every time.
Fine, I fall behind Alissa, but slightly ahead of Andrew.
So everybody, I need a stealth check.
Why?
You say why?
Why?
Because I said so.
I don't feel safe.
20 Dalton modified.
Oh, okay, cool. So with Mike's, it doesn't matter what you guys roll. With Mike's 20.
I got a 21, just for the record, so it was because of me.
Also, I got 19, so we're just
Okay.
a bunch of sneaky people.
Yeah, you're a bunch
With
of...
the Pink Panther theme.
Ooh. So you work your way through the cave, following the water. The water has slowed back down to the stream that you recognize from the entrance of the cave. You can only see about 5 feet in front of you. It's rocky. It's uneven. You have to be very careful with your steps. One wrong move and you could fall back into the water. And as you progress up over to the left, Alissa, you see it first, is kind of what used to be, or what from you can tell used to be, a pathway off to the left. So kind of like the cave with the wolves in the very beginning, it looks to be a similar passage, but maybe there was a cave in, maybe there was some type of battle there, but it's full of debris, and you're not really sure if there's a safe passage through or not.
Hey, guys, look, check this out over here.
Explain it.
What is it? Describe it in detail. It's
like,
not that I didn't hear what was said before.
It's like a very small little path.
I'm just so wet I can't see.
It's like a small little path that, like, maybe the goblins and like little weird creatures.
I don't
went
think
down.
we're supposed to say creatures.
No, we agreed on being.
Beings.
Okay, so these beings.
I'm sorry, beings.
You think beings were here?
Those little guys who attacked us.
Oh, the Renaissance Fair guys. Yeah.
Yes, maybe they're down this way.
Okay.
That's why I'm whispering, because maybe they're down there.
I want to
Bring
remind
weapons,
you.
like, to prepare battle?
Did you not bring your weapons?
I brought my femur and I have a...
Okay,
I
that's
have a-
your
you have
weapons.
weapons.
Do I check my stuff? Do I still have my knife from the water wall?
You do still have your knife, yes.
Okay, I have a knife.
Why are you even asking? Why would you leave weapons behind?
I don't know.
ever?
I got swept away by the water, bro.
Okay.
So then you check your
Okay,
weapons.
okay. Guys, just to remind you, there is supposedly some big green guy, like a bigger version of those green creatures, somewhere around here.
Who has Dalton?
They have... Okay, that's right.
That doesn't mean we go in with no plan of attack. What are we
I
gonna
sniff
do?
the air. I'm also... No, you already did that bit, Mike, where you sniff for Dalton's cologne.
You can't take my sniffing bit.
Never mind. Say what you were going to say before.
We don't steal bits
Sorry.
here.
No, I don't have anything. What we need a plan.
I go up as far as I can, like, get to the rubble without going into the unknown, and I just want to, like, listen for anything, any weird noises within.
Give me a perception. So give me a wisdom roll. I'm going to give you advantage just because you are a ranger.
That is my highest roll was an 18.
Okay. You listen, and all you hear is the drip, drip, drip of water condensation forming on the cave ceiling and falling to the floor. But other than that, you don't hear movement, you don't hear breath, you don't hear anything.
Guys,
It's still.
I don't hear anything. I like to think I have pretty good hearing. All I hear is like dripping water. So maybe this is a safe way to go, but we should be really quiet and maybe pull out your weapons.
Yeah. Okay, so I turn my phone off so we're not like alerting them with the light, and instead I take out my dagger.
Ooh, I take out my horse femur
Okay.
like a baseball bat.
Better, yeah, definitely smarter choice.
I
than the
take
knife.
out my sword.
I like how we're whispering to Dalton what we're doing.
I don't know. I kind
We
of
have to be quiet, numbnuts.
Yeah. What if
This is like ASMR. Like
what if they hear us?
The entire podcast is going to
For
be at
every
this
episode.
level.
It's
Mhm.
now going to be a whisper.
Yes. Welcome to the D&D ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we move
Alyssa's
ahead.
first still because she's dry.
Alissa, as you put your phone away, once again, all three of you are consumed by the heavy darkness of this cave. And you progress up the path to the left side, and you eventually get to a point where you can no longer comfortably stand. And you quickly realize that if you want to progress, you're going to have to crawl.
Dang, my beautiful 5'10" height.
Feels pretty narrow.
All right, let's yeah. Come on, guys, get on your knees. Like, let's just scooch.
I don't have good knees for this. Can I borrow someone's like knees or something?
Borrow someone's knees.
Can I? Okay.
I'm gonna keep
All right,
my
that's
knees
fair.
for sure.
I would keep mine.
Yeah,
That's
like,
fair.
sorry.
All right. I'll take one for the knees.
Oh.
So I bend down
Bunch.
on all fours, Dalton, and I crawl.
I crawl behind you, bro.
And I slap your butt.
Yeah, you got a nice rump.
You guys,
Or like
stop.
No, I'm behind you. You can't stop me.
Like,
It's tiny, but it's a good shape.
and I follow up the rear.
Ew.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
Oh,
But
enough.
so you all proceed to crawl through this rundown passage, and as you crawl, the darkness gets lighter. The black turns to grays, the grays turn to this hazy kind of whitish, and the whitish turns to this reddish orange glow, and you find yourself emptied out into a large cave divided in half by a 10-foot high type of wall. There's a steep natural staircase that leads from a lower portion up to an upper ledge. The air is hazy with smoke of a cooking fire and several torches. There seem to be cots and chests and just general debris scattered throughout. You can safely assume this is some type of living quarters, and judging by the size of the cots, it's not for people of your size or stature.
I put my hand over the blazing fire and I go, yep, still hot.
Yep, still fire.
What? You know how like in detective movies they'll put like their hand on the cup of coffee and they're like, oh, it's still warm. Like that.
No, I love that. I love that.
Oh my god, you're an idiot. I get out into the cave and I go, woo, and it echoes.
It does. It does. Like any kind of like noise that you make above like a 2 decibel is reverberating off the wall and echoing back to you.
Do I hear with my ears, my wonderful ears? Do I hear anything new? Do I hear other echoes from within the cave deeper?
This is not a dead end. It definitely on the upper level. It definitely wraps around.
Okay.
And goes back towards the direction that you came, but on a different path. Yeah, but on a different path.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay.
I get kind of close to the fire for a second, but then I want to open those chests, Dalton. I want to see if there's anything in there, clues to where you might be, useful things to survive.
Money, PS5,
Money.
Exactly.
Always money, baby.
gift cards for Applebee's, anything useful.
I prefer Chili's, but yeah, I take a good gift card.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? I don't think I've ever been to a Chili's in my life.
Oh, dude, you gotta go. You don't, but you have to
Do
go.
I?
You
Do I?
don't.
Do I have to go?
Are we going to get a sponsorship out of this? If not, then
It's basically an Applebee's, but like a little spicy. And that's it.
It's a little better. Dalton, is there anything in that chest?
there is indeed, Michael. You open the chest and you find 2 vials of a suspiciously familiar red liquid.
And are there any other chests around?
There is one small footlocker-like chest near one of the cots.
Like the store. Like there's a small Foot Locker in there. Some dude with dreads is selling Nikes.
It's a footlocker for ants, is what it is actually.
What is this? A footlocker for ants?
Ooh, I was going to pull out that reference, and I didn't, and you did.
I'm not looking to open a chest. I'm looking around for like more effective weapons than a bone.
Oh, so
Oh, so
you
you're
that's interesting.
finally
So-
over your bone.
Listen, I will never get rid of this bone. This is my security bone. It's been with me for all of 3 hours?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Basically my whole life.
Well, let's open the footlocker and then look around.
Okay, go ahead.
So you open the footlocker and it's a bunch of like just ragtag like trousers and tunics. They look like they're undergarments that you would put on underneath armor. But you also find a small sack, and in that small little pouch is 10 copper pieces.
I pocket it, and I pocket the cloth and the clothes for fabric that we might need later.
Hold on. I point to the money and I'm like, so are those like pennies? Like, let's look at these. Maybe it'll say where we are.
Yeah.
All right. I'm like, well, I just assumed it was money.
Well,
and
true,
I hold
but
up
money sometimes says like the state or the country. it's
Also, I
from.
do feel like we should divide it up. Well, that's the next conversation.
That's true. This is communal money. Somebody's got to hold on to it.
Okay, read the
so I
money.
might as well.
Read the money.
I hold up the copper piece, Dalton, and I read it.
So there are no markings that stand out to you that would tell you where this was made, what it is.
This is interesting, you guys. I don't see any words on it that says where we are, but I mean, it's copper.
Sure. I mean, it looks like copper to me.
Anyway, somebody's got to hold on to these bad boys, so I'm going to go ahead and just put them in the old pocket.
Oh, so it's got to be you?
I appreciate you volunteering for that. Job.
If
Very
you
hard
guys
task.
need any money, just let me know and I'll buy you something.
But if we find a Taco Bell, I expect a Crunch Wrap.
Supreme.
You know what? I want the mediocre Crunch Wrap. Like, why do we always go for the Supreme?
What is the step down from the Crunchwrap Supreme?
And what's above it?
Really, the Supreme normally just adds sour cream.
Okay, I don't want to go through any chests, but I do want to look around for any weapons that are laying about.
Yeah, for sure. So you do a quick just glance of the room, and you do see 2 scimitars leaning up against a wall.
I take one of those, the shiniest, best looking scimitar, and I kind of give it a few swings. How does it feel in my?
It feels right. Like it feels like an extension
right. Ooh.
of your hand. Like, you know when they get their wands in Harry Potter and there's just like this aura that glows around them, and like when Harry gets his wand, like the pages like fly all over the place. None of that happens.
Ah.
But,
so
yeah.
I swing it around and I'm like, there's a lack of fanfare, but I like this. And I'm gonna scabbard the scimitar.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the dagger where it was, but I'm just gonna hold the horse bone for now.
I want to go and inspect the little cots and mats and stuff. See if any of them are warm.
You go and inspect the cots and the bedrolls and the mats. They have been used recently within, I would say, the last couple of hours. Last hour.
Guys, there's still water.
Is this your new like tagline?
This is her thing.
This is
like,
your
this
catchphrase.
is what she does.
Still warm for everything.
They're
It's still
dangerously
warm.
close to the fire. They're going to be warm anyway.
I've been watching a lot of NCIS.
You've gone insane in the woods. Just give her this. She can sense temperature. Okay, she needs a thing.
I've been saying that about you for years.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, thank you.
Yeah.
Dalton,
Yes.
after getting rocked by that sick riptide, I think that I need to take a little siesta.
We are in a strange place. Dalton we don't have time to nap.
Listen to me, brother.
Is
all
it
right?
nice?
It is nice, and I can't be expected to perform moist. You know that about me.
I don't think getting on a cot's gonna make you less moist.
I'm going to move it close to the fire. I think we should take a nap. If it's warm, they've been here recently, so they're probably not going to return until they're tired, whoever it may be.
Or it also means that they're close by and we'll be able to catch them better.
I don't think we should sleep here. I think we're gonna get eaten by a giant fucking green bear thing.
A giant green bear thing. What on this adventure so far has led you to believe that there is a giant green bear that is attacking
This
you
is
or
what
wants you dead?
I remember. Listen, I'm pretty sure that dog told us there's a giant green creature, probably a bear, that's gonna kill us if we sleep in a cot. So I don't want to sleep in a cot. I'm scared, man. I'm scared, bro.
I go over to Andrew and I hug
I
him.
start like, where's my wife? Like, I miss my wife, my dog.
Andrew,
They're probably out there, man.
Out where? In here, the woods?
I bet they haven't forgotten you yet.
I bet they haven't.
Oh God, what if it's like Interstellar and like one day here is like 100 years there, and now that like when I get home they're gonna be all old and shit.
I wrap my arms around Andrew and I'm like, Andrew, nobody would copy the narrative of Interstellar. It was middling at best.
You're right. So many
Okay.
plot holes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
but
many.
I love Matthew McConaughey and what he's become.
I mean, he was great, but with what is it? Oh, he loves his daughter. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
We get it.
You're right. I'm being ridiculous.
It's all
just
gonna be
don't know.
okay.
I'm scared, man. I'm a little hungry, to be honest.
Oh God, yes.
I look around for some food in this camp.
Yeah.
You look around, and in the fire specifically, there is a pot that none of you have noticed up until now. And in the pot, there is bare minimum leftovers of what you can only assume is some type of stew. There are chunks in it that you really can't identify. There's definitely a couple of bones sticking out of it.
Yeah.
I'm somehow less hungry. now.
You know what?
I don't know. I think this looks pretty good.
My survival instincts are taking over. I take a bite of the chunks, and I want to identify what these chunks are by taste.
Give me a...
Roll for chunk tasting.
I'm like, is this nature or is this survival?
Maybe? Or it could be nature.
Okay, let's go perception.
Okay. 19 plus 6. 25.
Damn. Okay. What is it that cannibals always say human flesh tastes like?
Oh God.
Pork.
Oh God. They say it tastes like pig, right? Like pork.
Is that what they say?
I think so.
Whatever cannibals say human flesh tastes like, that's what that tastes like.
Oh.
I spit it out. I feel like I would throw up, dude. I start throwing up in the pot. Like several wretches. Yeah.
Andrew, dude, what's wrong?
I'm shaking. I'm like shaking. I'm like, oh God. Guys, I don't know how I know this. Bro, this is people meat, bro. This is people meat.
Oh, how would you even know, dude? You've never eaten people before?
I don't know. I think I like reach in my teeth and I fucking pull out like a fingernail.
It's a hair. Like it's a chunk of human hair.
Oh God. I check in the firelight to see if it's the color of Dalton's hair.
It's not. It's a dark brown.
Guys, either this is someone else's hair or Dalton has dyed his hair brown and they killed him and ate him.
When would Dalton have had time to dye his sandy blonde hair?
Dalton's dyed his hair before, and I think it's kind of a ginger brown. Is that just me?
He is dirty blonde. I show you guys the hair. I get it really like close to your eyeball. I'm like, does this look like Dalton's hair to you guys?
No, it's not nearly shiny enough.
I throw it back in the pot. Yeah.
Oh God.
Give it a little stir. Guys, I throw up again. I don't think this is Dalton meat, but this is people meat. We gotta get.
It's all gonna be okay, buddy.
Ugh.
We've all eaten stuff that we didn't want to eat before.
You know what's scary?
What?
I kind of liked it.
No, Andrew.
I don't want to get into that too much, but
don't get a taste of flesh in the woods.
It wasn't bad. I think. Do you guys want to try?
Kind of. I mean, that's not bad, right? It's not Dalton.
Here's the thing: you didn't kill this person.
I mean, it's kind of one of those moral things. Like nobody would know. You're kind of curious. Not like I want to like the taste of human flesh, but
right, it's not my fault. Like,
do I want to go to the grave not knowing what human flesh tastes like?
Yes,
it's an experience.
I think that's a very easy yes. I've never been like, oh, if only.
You're right.
I could
this is silly.
Eat a human.
This is silly, but I think we gotta get out of here.
We gotta get out of here.
We could be.
There's no time, Alissa, to eat the flesh. Stop asking. Okay, let's go.
Well, guys, but we can't leave Dalton in here. What if he's next?
Dude, well, Dalton's not in this room. We have to forge on.
Let's go.
Okay.
I pick up one of the
Mr. Knapp?
logs from the fire.
Okay.
And I hold it like a torch.
Look at you, so innovative. Yes, you
There's
do.
also torches that were referenced.
Yeah, but now he's got a whole
were.
log. It's gonna burn a lot longer.
You're sensing the temperature of bunks in this fucking room.
I could sense.
I'm tired of your sass.
And I could sense the temperature of the torches.
I need to reevaluate everything. I grab the torch. I hold it in front of me. I start kind of going up the stairs. You said there were stairs?
Yeah, there's stairs. So you start going up the stairs that lead out of this room, and with the torchlight, you can see further than what you could see with Alyssa's phone. You can now see, I would say, 10 feet or so out in front of you, and a rickety bridge that spans the passage of the tunnel that you first entered in. You can now see below you. You're about 20 feet above that tunnel that you first entered in, and this rickety bridge spans over that tunnel.
geez.
Is there a sign that says "Rickety Bridge" ahead?
Yes, it's actually Rickety Rick the Bridge.
Rickety Rick, Rickety National History Bridge.
Yes,
That bridge looks real rickety, judging by the way that it is and the way that it says it is. We need to be careful, in case you guys weren't already thinking that.
Let's definitely one at a time it, because I feel like in movies, people always do that where they're like, oh, this bridge is so precarious. Let's all get on it at once and put all our weight on it.
Yeah, but there's always the person who lingers too long, like on Stand By Me.
Guys.
And then the train comes. I don't want to get hit by a bear train.
Would normally say Alissa should go first.
Thank you. I'll go, and I go first.
No. No, but now I think I should go first.
I think one of you should go first.
I'm going to go first because I'm the heaviest, because if it won't hold me, it's not going to hold you guys.
Okay, but then by
that makes a lot of
that
sense.
same logic, so if it can't hold you and you get past, then you just break it for all of us.
Yeah, but listen, man, if it would break for me, how do you know it wouldn't break for you? Now you know it definitely breaks, and now you don't go ahead.
Bro, I don't want you to break a bridge by yourself.
I don't want to break a bridge.
If it can't hold all three of us, what is the point of it being
We should
a bridge?
break a bridge as a family.
I think we should brave the bridge. Yes,
It's
agree.
rickety. It says it on the sign.
We go all together, one at a time. All three of us together.
No, we don't.
at a time.
One of us is going. Who's going first?
Okay, fine. Mike, go. You go ahead.
Okay.
We'll do your plan.
This was such a discussion. Trust me as your de facto
Lead the
leader in
way.
the woods.
I'm telling you to go.
I roll. 17.
You safely make it to the other side of the bridge. Okay, Alissa and Andrew, you are in complete darkness.
Wait, he just goes
Mike?
over the bridge? How far is this bridge?
The bridge is long enough that you can see the torch, but it's not illuminated enough light.
It like gets smaller and smaller.
It gets smaller and smaller. Yeah.
I say to Alyssa, pull out your phone. I mean, I could use mine, but I'm roaming. I don't want to use my flashlight when I'm roaming.
All right, I pull it out. I'm like, okay, well, if you're not going to use your phone, I guess do you need to come with me?
You just go ahead. I'll use my
It held
phone.
Mike. I think we might be okay.
Okay, listen, fuck you guys.
I didn't mean it like that.
Two of you is not one of me, and that, frankly, is insulting.
I pull out my phone.
I need you to roll. Mm-hmm.
2.
It dies.
Oh,
I click the flashlight and it goes pew.
just immediately.
I knew I was roaming.
You knew it.
I should have turned on airplane mode the minute I saw we were in a fantasy land. Alyssa, can you throw me your phone?
No.
Why?
I don't know. You know what?
Just come
I'm
with
just
me.
gonna feel the ropes. Are there ropes?
There are ropes, yes.
I just go. I just go in
Yeah,
the dark.
just go like 10 feet ahead of me and I'll have my cell phone pointing.
It's easy to say. You're all dry. Okay, I start.
Honestly, that's probably what killed your phone.
That's fair. I should have put it in a bag.
Yeah,
of
we
rice
really
or
should have gotten
something.
some rice.
There was a bag of rice in that goblin camp. Ugh.
So, Andrew, you're going across the bridge. I need a dexterity check from you, please.
12.
You successfully
Oof.
make it to the other side of the bridge.
Oh, don't say it slow like that.
Oh, guys, I like make a big deal. I'm like, guys, did you see me cross that bridge let me just, for the record, in the dark?
Well, no, because you were in the fucking dark. Nobody saw anything. Congrats.
Oh.
Okay, so now I go on ahead with my flashlight.
You do, yeah. And I also need you to roll.
A 9.
Oh, no.
As you start to make your way across the bridge, you hear a snap, a crackle, and then a pop. And your foot goes straight through a rotted plank. And now you are dangling precariously 20 feet above the lower pathway.
Well, just my leg or like my whole body?
Your lower half.
I run to Alissa.
I need you to roll dexterity at disadvantage if you are running to Alissa.
Don't worry. Just,
Are you still holding the torch?
I'm holding the torch. Hold your breath.
Why would she need to hold her breath? She's
I don't know. I'm panicking.
It's okay. I'm gonna stand here and I'll keep watch.
Dexterity, Dalton.
Yeah, at disadvantage.
5.
You take 3 steps, and the same thing happens. The rotted planks snap underneath you. You are holding on for your dear life onto this plank of wood, staring at the terror and fear in your wife's eyes, knowing that you can't get to her.
Okay, I hear this, but I can't see it because they have the sources of light. And I'm like, guys, are you okay?
I'm not really the type to wait for Andrew to come by. and save me, I'm pretty independent. So I would put my hands as fists, and so I still can hold the torch, but like,
Push yourself up.
yeah, pull myself up.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
5.
That is not going to be enough. You are able to move yourself a couple inches back onto the plank, and you immediately fall back down because you just don't have enough momentum or enough of a hold to pull the majority of your body weight up onto that bridge.
God.
I hear this and I'm like, guys, what is going on? Where are you guys?
I just call back out. I'm like, I kind of fell a little bit.
What? Mike, where are you?
I'm okay. I think Mike fell too.
I'm over here. I'm closer to you than Alissa is.
Oh God.
Andrew,
my phone.
Andrew, while you are standing there in the dark, you start to hear a rustling come from behind you.
I back away from the rustling with my back to the bridge, and I'm like stepping back onto the bridge.
It comes toward you.
I put the femur in front of me like a fucking like a samurai sword. I'm just ready to strike. At first, I can like I'm probably like close enough to Mike. I'm like, I'm ready to strike.
You hear the rustling come closer and closer. It gets louder and louder.
I'm winding back. I'm like a fucking baseball bat.
And then it stops.
I take a blind swing in the air.
You take a blind swing in the air, and all you hear is the whoosh of that bone slicing nothingness in front of you.
Okay, guys. I think we're good.
And then all of a sudden, a giant spider drops from the ceiling on top of you.
Oh my God.
My worst fear.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, when I say giant spider, I'm talking about the size of a small pony.
Okay. I like start whacking at it, and I'm like fucking dancing around, and I'm like flailing.
Andrew, what's going on, dude?
Am I able to talk? Am I able to move?
You are able to talk, you're able to move, but you are essentially grappled by this spider.
Can I tell it's a spider, or is it?
It's too dark for you to be able to tell, but you know that it is some type of creature that you would be familiar with.
Okay, as I'm like writhing around, I pull out my dagger and I'm just fucking stabbing whatever it is.
As you stab, you hear these like piercing cries, and this venom starts to drip from the places where you're stabbing it, and it kind of burns your skin and into your armor a little bit, but after enough thrusts with your dagger, it finally goes away. It releases you, it scurries off. You're still not sure what it was.
Andrew, talk to me, baby boy. What's going on?
Are you guys still there? Something just attacked me. Mike, I put the femur, I like reach it back to where Mike is, and I'm like, grab the bone, bro. Grab my bone.
Okay.
Use a really good grip on my bone, bro.
Okay.
If you can put your other hand on the lower part of it, that way you get a really good grip.
I got a torch here, brother. I can't. It's kind of weird to grip with two hands. Maybe I can one hand it.
Yeah. I was gonna make a sexual innuendo. I try to feel if he's got a good grip, and I just try to pull him, not all the way because I probably couldn't, but enough to where he can get leverage to like pull himself up.
So you pull him up enough. Give me a strength check with advantage.
First one is a 17.
That's fine. That's enough to do it. You are able to pull him up enough that, Mike, you can get yourself up out of the hole.
I'm like, get Alissa, bro. Get Alissa, bro. There's something in here. We gotta go.
Alissa, you okay over there?
When you turn back around and you shout out to Alissa, "Are you okay?" you hear nothing. And when you turn around to look, she's gone.
Alissa?
Alissa!
She didn't fall. We would have heard her fall.
Did she fall? I like yelled down in the hole, Alissa!
In the time that it takes Mike to look towards where Alissa was and then looks back to where Andrew is, Andrew's gone.
Andrew? What the hell's going on?
And in those few seconds of complete loneliness, you hear a rustling from above, Mike. And as you look up, the last thing you see are the mandibles of a giant spider coming towards you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Blackout.
Oh my god.
Bet you didn't see that coming. I sure didn't, and I'm the DM. Find out what happens to our heroes next when our new episode drops on July 19th. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to wherever you get your podcast so you don't miss a single minute of the action. And be sure to follow our Instagram at Dungeon Radio Hour, where you can also find a link tree to the rest of our social media. If you love us, be sure to rate and review us on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. The more stars you give, the more eyes and ears drawn to this show. And remember, all you bards and barbarians, keep the volume up, the dial tuned in, and always say yes to adventure. Bye for now, kids. Introduce yourself, heroes.
I'm Michael Adair.
I'm Alissa Adair.
And I'm Andrew Adair. No, I wish.
What?
I'm Andrew Garland. I wish I was your kid or something. Come on.
Where did that come from?
Oh my God, surprise.
You can be an Adair.
Yeah, can I be an Adair?
You're honorary.
What does it take to be an Adair?
You need a 3.5-inch penis and high blood pressure, and you could be an Adair.
Sorry, that's too big.
Sorry, bro.
I don't think
I'm
I can.
sorry, bro.
Even with heavy surgery, I don't think I can make it halfway to that. Blood pressure I have though, for sure.
I know. I can see you.
You can see it.
I can tell. I can tell.